Hey guys, here I'm Steve Doominator, coming back with another Kerbal Space Program video. Today I'm gonna be, today I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to get into a standard equatorial orbit. Relatively easy, it's gonna be basically the same as last time, but it's a little bit different. Now, this is the first way I figured out how to get into orbit, again, just like last time. This time, though, we're going to be using this rocket, which I named Orbit, quite fittingly, because it is strictly orbital, not to go to any other celestial bodies. So, the start is going to be roughly the same as last time. See, we have the first stage, which is these 4 solid fuel boosters, and this liquid fuel stage with these 2 fuels, with these 2 liquid fuel fuel tanks, and this, which is the engines and another fuel tank. There's the part of the second stage. It's the separation of the first stage from the second stage, and it has the engine for the second stage. And third stage is the parachutes, which are on this, and separation of this decoupler with the heat shields attached. So, in recap, first stage is below this, second stage below this, and third stage is the capsule and this. So, we are going to use the first stage to get up into space. Second stage is going to take us to orbit and out of orbit, and any maintenance we would do up in space there. And third stage, after we've used the second stage to get ourselves suborbital, into a suborbital trajectory back to Earth, we would use this with the Kerbals in it for command and landing. So, step 1, press T to turn on SAS. You do not want to get caught without this, because without it, your ship is gonna go haywire. So, that's the first step. Second step, press Shift, or there's several other buttons you could do this with, to get your throttle, which is over here on the left, up to 100. We are currently at slightly less than 1G, which is standard Kerbin gravitational forces. 1G, by the way, in reality is 1G, standard Earth gravity, which is what G's are measured in. Each G is 1 time. 1G is 1 times Earth gravitation. 2G's 2 times Earth gravitation. And it goes up from there. We're probably not going to get up to here. We're probably only going to get up to 2 or 3 G's. So once you've done that, and you have a similar ship to this with the decouplers in separate stages, we're going to press space, like I did prematurely and accidentally, but that shouldn't matter. The liquid fuel on this is going to last longer than the solid fuel boosters, which is how it should work, how it generally does work. The solid fuel boosters I'm not going to detach. Solid fuel boosters generally get me up almost into space, and then after I'm done with the solid fuel boosters, the 4 of them, I am going, like they just did, I rely on my liquid fuel boosters, which do not have to carry the full weight. They only have to accelerate my trajectory. They only have to push my trajectory up into outer space, which is not quite there yet. It's going to be something like 50,000 meters. Possibly 60. Usually hovers around that point. And then we are going to decouple once this stage is out. The fuel. Out of fuel. Eject. We are almost out of the atmosphere. And we're about to enter space. Once this atmosphere gauge goes to right here, we are then officially in space. Anyway, gonna go up to here, add maneuver, and just like last time, we're going to pull the node out to here. Though in this case, we're not going to use this node. And it should be good. About going to go back to staging and press maneuver. Right here, just like last time. Go back to your map, see where you are. Once this is to this symbol, once this symbol is aligned with this symbol, you're going to make sure this is set all the way up, and your next stage is the proper stage with the engine. You're going to press space, and just let that fly until this goes down to 0, or you are in your desired orbit. Or once you've gotten to your desired orbital trajectory, I should say. Now this orbital trajectory I've set for my node is nowhere close to being equal, but it does not have to be equal because I don't need it to be. I don't need the maneuver to be equal. I only really stick to the maneuvers if I'm going to another planet or moon, like the Mun, which I've only landed on once successfully. So, we are well on our way to getting to this maneuver, or to our desired orbit. Once you start getting close to there, start tapering off your throttle. Yeah, let's get that out. Okay. And then once you're done, you can just click X, 95 and 201. Not that much of a difference. It's a difference, but it's not too horrible. I rarely get it to that very close anyway. Okay, now that we're back to staging, we can do this. I generally stay on protograde, but it uses up a lot of battery. So, unless I have like photo alivac panels or solar panels, I do not do that. And then we can do many things. We can do observe mystery goo. We can do experiments. This is not a proper space station. It was never meant to be. It was just meant to be an orbital craft for experimentation with. Usually by the end of this, I've got enough liquid fuel just barely to get me back out of orbit. Let's go on an EVA. Just like last time, the controls are the same. Space is to let go. You're going to want to press R first, though. I don't know why I didn't do that. Seems kind of Star Warsy. Let's go head over to the back here. Okay, so F to grab, B to board. These right here, these internal cameras for the internal side of the ship, it's going to be, once you get back in, it's going to be static for a second. Okay, so I'm about to have to go completely offline with the music because it's about to get really loud outside. So to end your orbit, it's going to be the same as with a polar orbit, with an equatorial orbit, or relative equatorial orbit. You're just going to set a maneuver at the app Oasis, add maneuver, and effect your maneuver until you have your desired landing position. Okay, then we're going to go back to staging mode, and just like with the going into orbit, press staging, or press this maneuver icon. Got a good enough electric charge. Then we're gonna go back out to the map and just speed along until we get there to our node. Then, so we're about there. We're good to go. Estimated burn 0 for some reason. Node is in 23 seconds. Go back to staging and prepare to increase throttle. And then we're going to press space once we get that done. And then we're going to, at about 5,000 meters, going to press space again and activate the parachutes. Okay, we surpassed our node time. Okay. Click retrograde. Space, and we're good to go. I'm going to turn off my mic now because it's about to get really loud. Okay guys, so I'm back online with my mic for a couple minutes. Like I said in the last video, I really like how they did the background in the stars. We're entering the atmosphere right now, and our heat shields are starting to heat up. You can kind of hear that noise. That's the ablator. Well, that's the drag. The ablator is going to burn off in this heat shield and protect the pod from overheating. So once we get about to 5,000 meters, we're going to press space to to activate our parachutes. And we're about to vertical speed of negative 100 meters per second, or negative 500. We're going to be approaching negative 100 meters per second vertical speed very soon. And then we'll be good to activate the solar panel, to activate the parachutes, but we're not going to do that until we get to approximately 5,000 meters above sea level. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to land. That was the debris from second stage hitting the ground. Going back offline, but soon, once these activate fully, I'm going to go to 4 times real speed, and I'm going to turn off my mic. We do get up to 15 Gs, but not for very long. Only when these fully activate. And it's for less than a second. So, I'm going to turn off my mic, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And feel free to ask me space questions. I'll answer to the best of my ability. I am not a rocket scientist, though, or an astronomer. Or you can look it up. If you want to ask me questions about the game, you're free to do so. I will not be upset. This is, after all, a tutorial, so you're free to ask questions about getting into orbit. Anyway, I'll answer your questions in the comments below. Thanks, and I'll see you in a minute. So, that's about the end of the video. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. I will be doing more Kerbal Space Program videos and tutorials, like how to fly spaceships, how to make them. And, I'll do more War Thunder videos as well. Probably with Trenton. His channel is BoredGamer102. He has changed it since I last told you about his channel. From CreeperSlayer102 to BoredGamer102. And I'll see you in the next video, so cheerio.